Okay, so today in class, we started our next chapter, and we started looking at probability. We actually started looking at basic probability versus experimental probability, and we will get to some experimental probability down here. But just to review our base probability rules, all right, so if we are calculating the probability of an event, all right, to calculate the probability of an event, and again, this can be anything from picking a sock out of a bag to rolling a dice to whatever it may be. But to calculate the probability of our event, remember we're going to answer this in the form of a fraction to start with. And our numerator is going to be whatever the question is asking us for, and the denominator is going to be the total of whatever items we may have. Okay, so for example, if we just look at our word probability, okay, what's the chances that we pick a vowel? All right, what's the chances that we pick a vowel out of the letters in the word probability? So again, it's asking for vowels, so we got to count up our vowels. 1, 2, 3, 4 over the total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters. So the probability we get a vowel would be 4 out of 11. Okay. What's the chances that we pick a letter in the top third of the alphabet? Top third. So we're looking at 26 letters divided by 3. So we'll say it's in the first 9 letters of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So those are the letters we're looking for. So what's the chances we pick one of those 9 letters? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the chances would be 4 out of 11. Again, how convenient. Both of those worked out to be the same. Okay, so that's just basic probability. That's how we would answer any of those kind of questions that are just basic probability. Now, what we're comparing this to, all right, is experimental probability. All right, experimental probability. And I've already conducted a little experiment here. I rolled my standard game dice, okay, and I recorded my results. So again, the root of the word experimental is experiment. So some form of an experiment has had to have been conducted. Okay, so our experiment for this problem was I rolled the dice, okay, and recorded our results. So now, what did our experiment reveal about the probability of rolling a 4? What did the experiment reveal about the probability of rolling a 4? So we're asking for 4s, so we can see we got 5 of those. How many total rolls did we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 5 out of 20, which does simplify. So please keep that in mind. We do need to simplify our probability questions. So the experiment revealed the probability of a 4 is 1 out of 4. Okay, again, notice the difference. If I just ask you the standard question, what's the probability we roll a 4 on our game dice? That answer is 1 out of 6. But our experiment revealed something different. Okay, so when we're dealing with experimental probability, those answers are going to relate directly to that particular experiment. Okay, it's not an overall general question. Okay, what did our experiment reveal about the probability of rolling even numbers? 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the chances we roll this particular experiment revealed even numbers happen 11 out of 20. Okay, so that's the big difference there. Experimental probability relates to each individual experiment. Those values could change based on results. Prediction. All right, so we can use our experiment to also predict. Okay, so based on our experiment, if we were going to roll the dice 100 times, how many 3s would we get? Best prediction. How many 3s if we rolled the dice 100 times based on this particular experiment? Well, we know based on this particular experiment that we got 4 out of 20, and this question wants to know how many out of 100. All right, that would be a nice way to make a good estimate, okay, a good prediction. We can use our proportions here. So we got 400 divided by 20. So I would say based on these particular results, if we rolled 100 times, we should end up with about 20 3s. Okay? All right, as always, do the best you can on your homework tonight. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow. Have a good night.